This past class we went around and told a story. It got pretty weird, but at least it wasn't gory. So then I figured I'd try it out on my own, and a few days later the results were shown. I went into the school where I work twice a week. It's an interesting school where every kid is unique. We formed up a circle and Leah started to speak, saying, "Let's tell a story about a dog with a beak." I thought, well, that's kind of strange, but we'll see how it goes. It might just be awesome. Nobody really knows. The dog's name was Snoopy. How unoriginal, right? But then things got loopy, like being high as a kite. Snoopy went to a movie where this one dude said shoot me and a dragon ate him and that girl has cuties. The cereal was fruity, its baby was a cutie, and then Snoopy threw up his popcorn. He started driving a car that had no tires. He couldn't get far, so he had to retire. He went into a school where the kids played all day and none of the teachers or adults had a say. He was suddenly home where he ate some sort of comb, or maybe it was a brush, whatever the kid was holding at the time. And then Snoopy slept with his dreams just as strange. He peed on a few hydrants, really the part least arranged. After that, the circle was done. All the kids were having great fun. I just had a confused look on my face, but figured, let's do another one. So I hope you enjoyed that poem. I just put it together really quick. It wasn't all entirely true. I had to change around some things to make it rhyme. But for the most part, that's how it went. And all the other stories we went through were just as convoluted as the first one. None of the stories we went through had much of a plot, or theme, or protagonist or antagonist. Plenty of non-sequitur, though, which would make that one fellow in our classroom happy, I suppose. But all that aside, it was really fun, and it got all those creative gears in the kids' brains sort of going. I deal with 3rd and 4th graders, so it's at that point that Pink described in the book, where maybe around 50% of the kids think that they will be artists. And maybe next week I should try asking that question. And although none of my kids put together a cohesive work of art or something worthy of a novel, I think the great part was that their thoughts just bursted out as soon as it was their turn. It was none of those sort of delays that we had in our entrepreneurship class where some people were just trying so hard and going off on long streams that completely changed the story in their own direction. The kids just said what they were thinking as soon as they thought it, which not only made our stories more hilarious, but also allowed us the time to go through a few times and get different stories involved. And I think that's definitely something to be said for the strength that elementary school brains have over college student brains. They still have that creative touch. I know if I tried doing that activity with my roommate, he would just spend an entire 2 minutes thinking of how to best connect it all together with his 1 or 2 lines. No offense, I'm just saying. And I guess the reason I did a poem at the beginning was because I wanted to put my own creative flair on the whole thing. I figured if I just told the story as I remembered it, it'd be a little harder to follow. In a rhyme scheme, I feel like someone listening to it would just put the pieces together really quickly, even if they didn't make sense, and could probably retell a pretty accurate chronology of how things happened in the story. Actually, let's test that theory, shall we? I'll say 2 things that happened in the story, and you tell me whether A happened first or B happened first. Don't rewind or anything, just go with what you think. So, which happened first? Did the dragon eat Snoopy, or did the girl have cooties? I'll give you a few seconds, and you can pause the video if you want more time. The correct order is A, B. They happened as I said them, dragon and cooties. Let's do another one. Did Snoopy pee on the fire hydrants before or after he went to the school? Again, a few seconds, pause if you like. It was after, if you recall that he peed on the hydrants in the dream after he went home. And one more. How about a hard one? Let's see. Okay, which was mentioned first in the story? The comb or the brush? The correct answer is the comb. So how'd you do? Did you get all 3? Did the rhymes help, or was it simple enough that you could have gotten them all in a narrative form too. Alright, well, that's all I got for this infusion. See you next time.